Anything else?
Probably a lot of yelling. Probably him yelling in angry Floridian.
Rain, your turn.
Time for more stabby.
So you run up and you leap forward with a dagger, and it just, he looks caught by surprise. The dagger just jams right into his forehead, and you just drag it down a long line, just straight down his face, into his neck, and hit into his chest. So his head is almost cut in half. And blood just splurts out, and he collapses to the ground, twitching.
Jeebus H, fuck!
Yuna's gonna go over to Terp.
So Terps, blink open your eyes, and you got a resounding headache when you're
So you have the dead body of the bugbear, which does exist in this world, haha. And the goblins and the wolves. And as you're looking around and having the discussion that you had over the past 2 weeks, suddenly you notice Lucy and Sonia this time have disappeared.
The fuck?
You didn't even really notice, unless you'd like to roll perception and see if you noticed.
Oh no, not again. Yeah, perception to smell for them.
We'll say if they do return, I am taking the notes.
Elric happened to be looking right at Sonya/Rain, and she just blipped out of existence. It wasn't even a fade. It was just she was there, then she wasn't.
It was like a bad film splice, guys. I just there, pop, gone. I don't know what to make of it.
Yuna saw the same with Lucy, and can still smell them, but their scents are fading.
They just vanished, just like we may have vanished from Earth. This could end up being a regular occurrence.
Okay, no.
Well, it would be certainly interesting if it did, wouldn't it?
It would be much more fascinating if we just knew a little more about these random disappearances.
Yeah, Maria gets a look on her face like, okay, so not only are we stuck here and in some kind of moral philosophical dilemma as previously discussed, now we're still worried about getting yeeted out of here.
Well, we can't really do anything about it, so best to just keep going. We still have a mayor to save.
We also have this here loot we need to divide up. Terps, how you feeling?
I'm okay. I'm strong enough to carry the bear bug.
Alright, well, you had saddlebags, right? Can you come over here? I'll just load all this gold up into your bags. So, not gold, copper and silver. And one ring.
No need to dump all the burden on one person.
She clops over.
If anybody else wants to take some, feel free. I'm just trying to figure out who's the least likely to disappear with it, quite frankly.
Out of character, Terps is probably stronger than a lot of the other characters here. She's got a 17 strength.
Maria does not.
So Elric, Jim, whoever the hell he is just going to start taking handfuls of coins and just start loading them into the saddlebags.
So, yeah, what are we looking at here aside from those potions we used earlier?
I copied the text from the Discord. It's in the OOC channel. The chest contains 600 copper pieces, 110 silver pieces, And a gold ring was formerly valued at 40 gold pieces.
Huh. Interesting.
I'm not too concerned about giving it up right now. I just want to make sure we have it when we leave.
Just as long as we don't throw it over the cliff.
Right. Speaking of not throwing things over the cliff, we need to get that mare.
So we've got the bugbear's body as proof that we got rid of it. So what do we do if I don't even remember his name, but if he decides to be a jerk and not keep his word?
Well, the original plan was Jim lowers his voice so it doesn't carry to where the goblins are. We were going to have either Lucy or Sonia ride with the body when Terps delivered it. That way they'd be close enough to strike, but they've both gone AFR, away from reality, so that plan is gone. I can still do firebolts. We can do a lot of shooting.
I still have a spell.
I think I got some things. But, yeah, I could do like that fire thing again or something. Or maybe do the fucking Spider-Man shit with my hands.
That big shockwave spell again? Like when you knock the bugbear into Terps?
Yeah, I think I got one of those.
Hey, Maria, I'm going to suggest something to you. Don't be upset about it. I don't mean to imply anything, but I think I have a clever idea.
Eh?
I need you to attempt to seduce all of those goblins by the fire, get in the middle of them, and then do your AoE blast. Perhaps you can do some sort of elaborate fan dance or something. I don't know.
Maria's just giving him a look at this point.
Tim is dead serious. Like, he thinks this is our best bet.
Now, I'm just imagining him as Leslie Nielsen doing this, and it's like... Maria's like, seriously? You want me to go, like, full... fucking... from dusk till dawn doing the snake dance thing over there?
Think it's our best bet.
I can dance for it.
Yes, does it... Our horse turn into a cat and dances?
No, ladies, you're missing the point here. The point isn't the dance. The point is to get close enough to AoE the goblins.
Oh, no. Yeah, you know, but Maria's thinking now, because, I mean, Maria's a club girl. She likes getting out there and dancing. And, you know, once the initial shock passes, she kind of looks at Elric and is like, you serious?
Elric,
Wait,
not. Like, I think that's our best bet.
But you are serious? I thought you were joking.
Look, if I still had enough fuel in me to do Burning Hands, I'd be the one dancing over trying to nuke them all. I can't. She's the one with the resources we need. We need to get her in position to do it. If we can do it by something clever, then let's do something clever.
Maria has to physically cover her mouth to stop the burst of laughter at imagining Elric going full Monty in the middle of a bunch of goblins.
Okay, but suppose she does then, and they don't all just try and eat her or something, and then she just shoves them all away. Then what?
Air and run, or start killing them with violence. I don't know. I'm still working on the plan here.
If I do this thunder shove thing, what about your boy, the mayor there?
Well, this is for the smaller group of goblins, not the one by the mayor. The mayor, we're going to need a different plan. We need someone to go and actually grab the mayor, like Lady V said.
I've got another idea, one that's less exotic. Um, you know that whole thing that you see sometimes in cop stories where there's a hostage and there's somebody else that the bad guys want, and they exchange them by having
Not
to
trading you away.
Not what? No. I I was thinking we could just throw the bugbear down at the same time as the mayor walks over to us.
Oh, like you have to give your guy halfway to us, then we'll take him halfway to you, sort of thing. That works.
Yeah, and seeing as you're a cop, I was going to ask, is that a thing? Does that ever happen?
Not really. Simply because we tend to prefer snipers, or just having them release everyone at once and ending things peacefully.
Okay, well, what does everybody think about that? We get him to bring the mayor halfway to the bugbear. Then we just take the mayor and go.
Does he want the actual body of the bugbear, or is it just wanting him dead?
I imagine he'd want proof that we actually did it.
Well, then again, if we walk up with a corpse, he'll basically already have his proof. Yes, we can do Weekend at Bernie's.
Lady V, you're saying that we try and lasso the mayor and pull him away from that goblin?
I assume so. I don't know cowboy lingo with you. But yes, you get a hold of the mayor, and if you push the goblin, he may try to take the mayor with him, but you have a hold on him, and thus he's not going over the edge of the cavern there. And that way, you still have the mayor, and he's dead. And then you're just left with the body of a bugbear and a distraction.
Not a bad call.
Okay, so we'll need two really strong people to do that then. Who have we got that's, like, really strong?
And we need someone good enough with a lasso to get it around the mayor.
Lasso?
When do you even have they invented rope where you're from yet?
We have ropes, not as good as what you're using. Ours are usually made from animal sinews and in plants.
Well, yeah. If you tie a rope to itself in a circle, so you got a hoop, then you can toss it over something and then yank it towards you. That's a lasso.
Maria's kind of scratching her head thinking, okay, does this girl know how to do lassos?
Terps will pull out one of her ropes and hold it out to you and show me.
Okay. Son, is this going to require a check?
Yeah, what do we roll to see if we can roll?
Maria,
What are you going to try to do?
Tie Terps' rope into a lasso.
You can try sleight of hand to see if you can remember how to do it so that it is like actually tightens when you pull on it and stuff. Unless your real life background, you can convince me that you would have a reason to be able to know this.
No, honestly, no. Okay, sleight of hand then.
Anna? Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask, can Lady V do the same with sleight of hand?
Yes. And Lady V can have advantage because she's got the clever hands and has been inventing things and stuff.
Oh, so just roll again then?
Yeah.
Yeah, Terps is watching intently so she can see how it's done.
The rope bones connected to the ropes don't have bones. Why am I saying that? I've never done this before.
Lady V is gets doesn't quite get the grasp of it, but Yuna.
It's like a sad noose.
Yuna's able to make a lasso that appears to work pretty well when you test it on an arm by tugging it and tightening it, and it seems to work pretty well.
So yeah, that's really the idea. So we just widen this thing enough that it should be able to get around a person, and yeah, then we just need someone able to accurately toss the thing and someone able to yank the mayor over to us.
Terps is going to hold her hand out to Una. Let me try.
Please do. And she'll give her the lasso.
Okay, well, to toss it over somebody,
Toss it over somebody will be an attack, but since it's a thing that you do not have proficiency in, it's just your base. It would be, well, that's sort of ranged, so we'll call that dexterity, but you don't use your proficiency bonus or anything. It's just your regular attack, which is still +4 with your dexterity.
So what?
And who are you trying to throw it on?
Elric, he's closest.
All right, so you're gonna try to throw it 10 feet.
Yeah.
All right.
My roll show up.
I don't see it. Just tell us what it is.
It was a 14.
What's your AC?
13.
You successfully loop it around his neck and shoulder. And then if you tug on it, it tightens up. And if you want to see how tight you can get it, you can do a strength roll. Otherwise, you can, if you don't want to make it that tight, you don't have to. Haha.
Well, if it's hurting him, she's not going to.
We're just playing it up.
No, the lady kind of straightens up. She's like, well, alright, so we have that option.
Okay, so we have a multi-tiered plan here. Lady V, you can speak his language, so you'll try to talk to him, get him to do a fair trade. Get Mayor like he promised. While you're doing that, everybody else take up attack positions as we discussed. Terps, we're delivering the bugbear body. Make sure you have your lasso. Maybe... Now, V will be there, so Lady V will go with Terps to talk to the boss. The rest of us be ready to handle the other goblins. Sound good?
Yeah.
So one person try to lasso him? Is that what it's called? Lasso him?
Yeah, that's going to be you.
Besides me, in case I'm not used to this. I may not, you're right here and you're close.
If all fails, then I can try to help. Try.
And remember, this is all if the goblin betrays us. We should at first insist that the goblin keep its word.
And if he still tries to push the mayor over.
Yeah.
Then hopefully there's a little bit of murder kitty in all of us. Not literally Terps.
Yeah.
I see her body start to waver a little bit. Oh, and then she goes back to being a horse.
Yes.
Yo, that is trippy as fuck.
For a moment, she has whiskers. And her ears grow out a bit.
On my brain.
Interesting.
Well, no one die this time, please.
Yeah.
Let's avoid that.
Let's see this through for our disappeared friends.
Right. May they return home or return to us or whatever.
Or if they did end up going home, maybe it'd be nice. Yeah, it'd be nice to know.
Yeah, it would.
I tell you, if we get back, I am so gonna Facebook stalk some of you motherfuckers.
Why would you have a book of faces?
We'll explain that one later.
I'm still on MySpace.
Yo, you were even on social media?
I mean, it was a thing, and I figured I'd try it out, but honestly, I just don't have that much to share.
No comment.
So as you come up to the upper floor here, you still see the larger goblin sitting by the crevice with a man who's still unconscious, lying right there on the edge, but you don't see any other goblins. Well, actually, do a perception check.
Okay. Sniffing for other goblins.
That's a natural 20 from me.
Noise.
Woo! Natural 1 and a 0!
Lady V, you alright? Your little eye light thing's just turned off.
I'm still very low on health, I assume. Hold on.
One of your eyeballs shorted out.
Yeah, that's like you get that weird face you get when you're like trying to like get something out of your eyes. It's just her just trying to get her eyes back online.
Alright, nobody sees anything except for those two, except for Anya, who notices that the rocks along the wall look a bit lumpy, much like there might be things hiding back there.
Anya's going to very quietly point them out to everyone. She's in the back, so she should be able to get people's attention, and without, screaming that there's goblins along the back wall.
So the rest of you know that there's goblins who are hiding in the rocks, but you don't know exactly where.
Hey, you. She's saying that to the goblin next to the mayor.
You're back. Since I didn't have a voice last time, I'm not gonna have a voice this time.
Well, we took care of your bugbear nemesis.
Ah, I see.
You're free to
It was more
rule the
difficult
tribe.
than you expected. You came back with fewer than you left with.
Oh, they're still here.
They're just in purgatory.
I don't know what that is.
That's the idea.
Well, I thank you so much, so you can have your man back for 500 gold.
That's not what we agreed to.
I can just push him over the edge.
Why not?
Do we honestly look like we have 500 pieces of gold?
Wait, yeah, we do. Hold on. It goes over and jingles. Chirp's saddlebag. Got the money right here. We just want the mayor back safely here. Chirps and I, we're going to go over there. We're going to deliver your gold halfway, and you're going to let the mayor come halfway to us, okay?
Deception check.
$12.
Terps, what's gold?
It's the money you're carrying, Terps.
What's money?
Good stuff.
Oh, you mean the lovely things that jingle? And she'll shake so that the coins jingle.
A look of complete avarice comes over his face, and he says, "Fine." And so he starts walking towards the middle.
Terps, come with me.
Is he dragging the mayor with him?
Shouldn't the mayor's icon be following that goblin?
No, the mayor's still on the edge. The goblin is holding a long pole that's connected to connected sort of to the mayor and in his hand. So he's going to try to shove him off the edge if you try any funny business, is what it appears.
I thought we said you had to bring the mayor with you to the middle. You don't get the shiny jingles if you don't bring the mayor.
Well, then I'll just shove him off. This is good enough. Put the money there.
We'll kill you.
Put the money there, and I drop the pole.
I trust you. You changed the deal before.
Brave that
I
would
could just
do
kill
anything.
you.
His eyes narrow, and he glances towards the wall. It wouldn't be so easy as you might think.
Is the pole made of wood?
Yes.
Plywood? Would it burn quickly?
Well, you can find out.
Sort of makes a gun motion with his hand, and he sort of looks back to the rest of the party like, I can shoot it. I could try and burn it. What do you guys think?
Anya is going to request that she can go check the mayor and see that he is not dead.
You can check the mayor all you want as soon as you give me the money.
We're not paying for damaged goods. Let my friend check him.
Well, he's definitely damaged. I don't know if he's good.
I
There's no one in this world understand that.
I have no gold on me. The centaur with the gold will stand right there. I'm not going to do anything funny. I just want to make sure he's still alive.
And pull him from the edge as soon as you get there. Yes, I understand your little game. I'm not that stupid.
Does it look like I could carry a 175-pound man?
Yes.
Then you're not real bright.
Well, compared to him, you're
Because truthfully, Anya couldn't carry him. She doesn't have the weight limit.
Well, that's true. But you're quite large and you're wearing metal armor, so the goblin is very impressed by you.
Seeing as nothing else has happened yet, could I ready an action, son?
What kind of action would you like to ready?
Readying to cast Sacred Flame on the pole. Specifically on the pole. And the trigger will be if a fight breaks out.
Alright.
Maybe we should. What his life is worth more than money. So maybe we should just give him the coin that he wants. We can always get more coin.
Listen to your friend. He nods enthusiastically.
Turp shrugs, because other than making nice jingles, it doesn't matter to her. She has no clue what it's for.
So tell you what. We hold out the money. You hold out the pole. We count to 3. Then we drop the money and you drop the pole.
Also, should add to hold the pole out before him, not out. Because, obviously, if we're being very accurate, who's to say that you're not going to try and push him off still?
How about we exchange the bag for the pole? I hold out the bag, he holds out the pole, I grab the pole, he grabs the bag.
Wise idea.
That seems fair.
The goblin nods
So how about it?
and holds out his hand. The one without the pole.
Turps will hold out a hand that's not holding the bag. It doesn't have the bag.
The pole.
The money at the same time. I don't see you pulling it off there.
You're not pulling off that pole as well.
We're doing it at the same time.
So reach behind her and take the saddlebag and hold it in the other hand.
Alright. He hesitantly starts to push the pole forward.
Yeah, at the same speed, she'll start holding the bag forward.
On the count of 3.
If my mouse will work.
1, 2, 3.
Dexterity check. For Terps. Well, you reach forward and he reaches forward, and at the same time you grab the pole and he grabs the bag. Because you both rolled an 11.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
he quickly grabs the bag and lets go of the pole and tugs at it.
Someone grab the mare now.
To run towards the mayor.
Lady V is going to join you.
He's no longer paying attention. He's turns around with the bag and heads back towards the cave wall with a gleeful look in his face. Already taking the looking at opening the bag as he goes.
Lady
Everybody
V
get
will
ready.
carry him because Anya can't.
Say that again?
Who's gonna
Anya can't carry him.
who's gonna lift her up? I assume you're putting him on Terps. Who's gonna lift him up?
I can help lift him, but I just can't carry him.
Just lean forward, grab him, and toss him on her back.
All right, strength check.
Or she can actually kneel down too if people want to try to put him on there.
If more than one person wants to help put him on there, then you can do whoever's the main person can do strength check with advantage. If
Yes,
it's gotta be
Terps,
Terps,
she'll
then
kneel down, so
Alright.
it makes it easier. She'll kneel down and pick him up.
all right. Roll strength with advantage. That was a terrible
Lord.
roll. Do it again. That'll do. So you heave the man up, who's not really in armor, even though it looks like he is. Well, he's in tattered armor. It's banged up. And get him onto your back. The goblin, you hear the jingling of him starting to dig through the bag. And you start hearing kind of a low grumble.
Run! And Lady V's gonna just probably start running for the exit now before he realizes it.
Okay, we heading out with Mr. Mayor?
Yeah,
We're out.
we're going.
Alright, so are you guys going to be running?
Sure.
Alright, let's roll initiative to see how the chase goes.
Okay, never mind. Maybe.
Oops.
Nice rolls. Well, except for Lady V.
That's a dice that I picked up on D&D Beyond Suck.
Even on D&D Beyond, you didn't do too well either.
Oh, it's that fancy healing potion looking dice on D&D Beyond. It's like somebody.
Okay, Terps goes first. Now, if you're running, you can
She's-
go double your speed.
That means she's going to get ahead of everybody else. Like, a lot.
Well, she's the one carrying the hostage, so yes.
And she doesn't have to. You don't have to go the full amount. But if you
I'm going to say her first move will be until she sees she gets too far ahead of everybody, and then she'll slow down.
all right. So, what is she speed 40? I think. Yeah.
Yeah, move.
So you can go up to 80 if you're doing a sprint and not any other actions.
Are these dudes still here?
Those dudes are there.
And she'll skip to a halt. She's only run 60, so. Company!
They heard the sound. They just kind of looked up in a confused way. Is that what you're doing?
She'll draw her quarterstaff because she skids to a halt at that point because there's guys in front of her, and yeah.
All right. One of the goblins that's hiding along the wall kind of leans forward and is looking at the boss in a quizzical way. And that's his turn. And now it's Maria's turn.
Honestly, if we made friends with the wolves, wouldn't that be a better option? Since we did.
Didn't necessarily make friends with them.
But would they kill us first here?
We have no idea.
That's why I asked.
So Maria's gonna scoot forward a little bit. Just bonfire right on the middle one there.
All right.
By the way, we totally gave him the copper, right?
That was everything from the chest, unless people took other stuff out to carry. We'll have to figure it out later.
All right, so roll damage, Maria. So you skid to a halt, and then once again the familiar feel. This time your aim is better than it was before. And fire erupts around the goblin, and he goes, "Ah!" Anything else?
Nope, she'll just swear in angry Spanish that there wasn't a nice little fireball.
And then another goblin pops out from the wall and just starts going towards the boss goblin, looking quizzical. And then Elric's turn.
As their team is making a dramatic escape, he'll look back to the goblin boss and say, "You'll never take us alive, gobbers!" And then shoot the saddlebags with the money in them, just to sort of create alarm and panic and make them have to prioritize between chasing us and saving the money.
All right. Attack roll. Luck roll.
Wait, what just happened?
The reel jammed.
The reel? Why are we using reels? Isn't this digital?
Yeah, like we have that kind of budget.
Well, how long is it gonna take before it gets fixed?
I don't think it's gonna get fixed.
What?
The film is all over the floor and, on fire.
On fire?
Just a little bit.
Just... Wait, wasn't our only copy of the new commercial already spliced in?
Yes.
What are we gonna do?
They'll just throw an old commercial onto this place. They'll never notice.
How could they not notice?
Well, it's not like anyone watches these.
That's true. Fine. Toss it in and just, I don't know, start at the beginning of the next one. We still need to fill out the hour.
Will do.
It's no use. I'm never going to become a powerful wizard and have the power of the universe, not to mention a lot of money. Don't worry, I'll know where you can go to fix all that. Really?
Yes, dilettantes. We make magic items so easy to use, even a child can figure them out. Make your magical and fiscal dreams come true with Dilettante's array of magical items. We have everything you might need, from wands to magical swords. And introducing the new Dilettante's Mystical Bag of Holding. Unlimited loot, unlimited storage. Dilettante's, all the magic, all the money.
We successfully rescued the mayor, made a dashing sort of daring escape that somehow involved using a surprisingly good luck roll for a negative modifier to spawn a second giant spider into existence. After that, we went off and made camp, and well, St. Una had something of a religious experience when she thought the stars were moving. And well, something funny happened to Terps. What was that?
With the rash and the plant and the poison ivy.
She had some rather bad rolls for searching for things to eat or sleep on. But in a way, it was actually lucky, because had she eaten the berries that she picked, she would have been poisoned. So.
Oh, she knows better than that. I mean, if you're a hunter-gatherer, you know, when you do stuff, you test it on your skin first.
Yeah, I figured she would go through some sort of testing phase, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a shame the poor girl doesn't come from a time in which they've invented Preparation H.
Yes, well now you can feel bad that you're not in a time that has Preparation H, so... Or ibuprofen. My goodness, that would hurt. I don't think I could live without ibuprofen.
Alright, after that we traveled to town, specifically Sunder, aka City of Plot Hooks. Okay, so among the quests we have... investigate the Fatong. Basically, someone's bringing drugs in the town, and the mayor would like us to find out. Previously, the town had been attacked by river pirates. Not so much these days, but based upon the party's understanding of the law, we can go beat them up and take their stuff, and apparently no one's going to object to that. Our avatars have rooms in the inn, meaning we probably talked to people there or the innkeeper. Maybe they can tell us something about our past selves. Local magic-type folks, Kenny the wizard and Kutini the witch doctor, are there. Maybe they know stuff about what happened to us or in general. And I think probably the biggest, most important one of them all, there's a door in the little sleepy town of Sunder. It doesn't connect to any buildings. And on the map, it is literally labeled the Blood Gate. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a fun place to check out.
As you're looking at the map, Sugi walks into the room and peeks up. It's too bad all the horses were taken away by the king. It would make the traveling a lot faster.
Wait, why would the king take away horses?
Well, there was some fighting, so they needed it for the cavalry.
But don't you know, in the Middle Ages and stuff, don't you need to have horses to, like, plow and shit?
It has made things rough, yes.
The fuck? Maria looks extremely offended.
There was fighting? Fighting with whom?
Oh, yes, I guess you wouldn't know. Well, fighting with the centaurs, and fighting with the elves, and fighting with the dwarves. They're humans, they fought with everyone.
I mean, sounds like humans.
Is there any sort of issues related to species prejudice we should be aware of here?
Yes, humans are prejudiced. Although, to be fair, elves are also prejudiced. And really, everyone's prejudiced.
Ah, so cherry pressure rules then. Okay.
But here in Sunder, it's better than it is in other places of the kingdom, because we do have the Flood on Shay is where the centaurs live, which I suppose if you had your memories you would know, as one of them is here. So we see them from time to time, and we're fairly close to the mountains, so we have dwarves come in for trading from time to time.
What about snake people? What do people think about snake people?
Oh, people avoid the swamp, for the most part.
Wait, I'm from a swamp?
Yes, she taps the map right above where Bruhala is. The Yunsala swamp is where your people live.
Oh, fuck me! I'm from a fucking swamp!
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be prejudiced, but I'm not interested.
Maria blinks for a second. I was discussing.
Yeah, the F word is more of a term of exclamation, not so much an invitation from where we're from.
I don't know what an F word is.
Fuck.
That one.
Is it a rude word here? Do I gotta watch my mouth or something when I'm out in public?
Terp draws a blank. She has no clue what the word means either.
She's referring to starting fires. That's what that gesture means.
Wait, you're offering to have sex with all these people? Why? I mean, not that it's a bad thing.
Just cue a line of angry Spanish. Calling me a book? What the hell?
I'm just I don't understand the word you were saying. Or I do understand the word you were saying, but I don't understand this F thing.
So the word fuck isn't exactly polite terminology where we come from. So some people say the F word.
Alright, so slightly out of character thing. Technically, you're speaking in common, and the word you're actually saying when you say fuck is huke, which starts with an H, which is why she's confused. Which, I should have had someone do an intelligence roll to notice that. So do an intelligence roll and see if you know that. So Jim, you kind of realize, oh wait, we're not speaking English here. That's probably the source of this confusion.
It's sort of like that moment when you're in Spanish class and you're trying to understand the dialogue. It's a movie you've seen before, so you know the dialogue is in English, and you have that sort of moment where it's like, wait, what language are we speaking now? And this sort of comes over to Jim, and he's like, oh, wait. I'm sorry, it's different here. Hey, guys, did anyone else notice we're not speaking English?
Eh?
I'd be Canadian, but no, actually pay attention to the words coming out of my house. You see how it's a different language, but we still understand it?
Maria suddenly realizes this, registered was what Jim's saying, and just kind of goes cross-eyed, trying to parse what they're actually hearing.
Well, it's English.
Language.
So what happens when Maria tries to speak Spanish?
Surprisingly, it comes out as Spanish.
So Maria chatters in Spanish for a minute and then gets a kind of a look of relief on their face. Okay, so at least I
really strange looks from the people there, and Suki says, "Is that orc or something? I don't recognize that language."
It's a local dialect.
No, I assure you it is not.
No, not for you, for me.
I don't think the swamp... Oh, you mean... I see.
Maria gives a very hesitant thumbs up. The other thing, you know about these snake people.
The Yuan-Ti,
cool?
yes.
Okay, Yuan-Ti, cool. What are they like? Generally, like, we cool or they tripping?
I don't... Since they don't have legs, they can't really trip. I mean, you, not they, but you. But people, they stay to themselves, and people stay away from the swamp generally. So but before this, well, before you all came in previously, I had never met one of your people before. So it's hard to say. You keep to yourselves.
Alright, so let's hope this doesn't blow up in my face later. And Maria again mutters in Spanish something to the effect of, man, this is fucked up.
You mean hooked up? Ha ha ha. Oh.
Okay, so we're in town, we're resting, what are we gonna do now?
I guess we should go talk to the wizard and the witch doctor first. Maybe the innkeeper too.
Wait, witch doctor? There's a witch doctor?
Merc shakes his head. Well, she's a doctor, but people really think she's a witch. So I guess that's where he's getting... I've never heard the words combined that way, but I suppose it's not inaccurate.
And white people got a problem with her being a witch. What's wrong with being a witch?
Did I say anyone had a problem with it?
Sounds like it.
I just said people consider her a witch. That said, people do have a problem with it. Most people stay away from her.
Well, they're wrong. I'm gonna check this shit out.
I personally have never had any problems with her. But we haven't really talked a lot.
Yo, Yuna, you wanna talk to a wizard or a witch doctor?
The wizard first, then the witch doctor?
Sounds good.
Sugi glances at you and says, Kuntuni's house is right next door, and Connie's is all the way on the other side, so I know you're probably not in a hurry, but it might be faster to see Kuntuni first.
Okay, we'll see Kuntuni first then.
That makes sense.
And Merc says, so, about the sorting thing, did you guys decide you would like to have that job?
Yes.
Yeah, Lady B and I agreed to do that.
I could come back tonight if you leave the door open and I can work. At best case, we can see information of your traffic that's come through here, as well as, if we are able to, see when we arrived. And if you did request for us specifically and what by names.
Well, no one sent for you, if that's what you mean. You who you were before came into town yesterday just looking for jobs, and the mayor hadn't come back yet, so I offered them the gold I just gave you to go see what happened. So we didn't know about them before that or anything.
Did you at least have their names written when they showed up? Did they?
No, we don't chart who comes into town every day or anything like that. Now, if they had been part of the city council meeting, we would have written down their names, but if someone tried to write down the names of everyone who came into the town, that would be quite a job.
Rhea looks somewhat relieved. It's like, well, I guess if we only just showed up the other day, at least we're kind of starting with a fresh slate. People probably didn't get a chance to know who we are too much.
Well, in town at least.
Well, you did make an impression, but that's just because you are, if you'll pardon me, an odd assemblage. No one has seen, well, as the mayor mentioned, the Yuan Ti don't come down here ever, and we thought the Loxodon were just rumors. We thought they didn't even exist. And no one knows what you are, ma'am, so you certainly made an impression, at least.
Did we show up, like, all together in a group, or did we kind of come in on our own, like, all piecemeal and shit?
No, you were a group. You were a much larger group. You seem to be missing some people, but... I mean, other than the poor two who died. Speaking of which, they should be back with their bodies. We'll, try to find their families. If not, we'll just bury them in our cemetery.
Thank you.
It's the least we can do for them. Did we talk to you before? Well, yes, we agreed to find the mayor, but before agreeing to find the mayor, did we talk to you at all?
Only to see if there were jobs available.
Who was the leader of the group? Who actually asked you about the jobs?
Well, that would have been your friend the orc, who isn't here anymore. Well, half orc, I should say. She definitely seem to be the one in charge.
Okay, makes sense.
Anything else? Any other depictions or how we spoke or anything?
Well, your voices were the same, although the way you speak is very different. They spoke like people from around here, and while you're speaking our language, it does sound a little odd. Some of the phrases and things that you use are not common colloquialisms around here, as we just discovered. But, I mean, you sound the same.
Alright, well, that's something to mull over. What do you think, guys? Time to go see the witch doctor? Time to go see the witch doctor and see what they have to say?
Yeah, I'm down.
And through my head, I've got my friend, witch doctor. He told me what to. Sorry.
Dude, you do.
Alright, so Sugi walks you to the door, and as you get there, she glances back over her shoulder and then says, in a quiet voice, "Thank you so much for helping to organize the papers. He is hopeless. He just pulls things out and he just leaves them sitting around, and it's just too much. There's too much to keep caught up with. He's a really nice man and a much better mayor than we had before, that is for certain, but organization is not his strong point, so thank you."
I get the sense he used to be a man of action of some sort.
If you consider farming an action, then yes.
In its own way, yes.
He was also a prolific hunter, so I suppose that is action-ish.
Torbs perks up at that. He's a good hunter? No wonder he's one of your leaders.
Yes, yeah, he was one of the militia who helped keep us safe from, the occasional incursions of wild animals from the forest, or what have you. So Kuntuni's house is right there at the top of the hill. It's the old mayor's house. And then Canny's house, you actually passed it. It's right beside the Blouse house, so right as you enter the town, the first house.
Got it. Okay, so how do we want to approach this team? We can't exactly walk in and say, "Hi, you're a witch doctor. Tell us the lore of your planet." We should probably have a topic to broach with, maybe about the mayor. Maybe if we just go in, present ourselves, see if she starts the conversation.
Or we just go in and be like, "Hey, we need some information. We're just, looking for some help here."
Or I could ask about ingredients, as obviously I think she would have something, seeing as some of my spells require a few items I don't have.
We also need to ask her about about making a poultice for this damn Helmos itch.
I was about to mention that it's becoming much worse for both of you. It's been a while.
Yeah, you're not looking so hot there, girl.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah. So maybe let's hurry and get over there.
Right.